Hey YouTube, what's going on internet? Today I want to talk about building credit, and specifically building credit for your children, your babies, your children, your young adults, all of them. You can help building their credit for when they're ready to face that world. When I was coming out of college, the problem was I had no credit. I didn't have bad credit, I didn't have any credit because you had no credit history at all. I didn't have any credit cards, nothing really. So you're getting everything terrible. You're getting terrible rates if you want to get a car. You can't even get a mortgage if you wanted to, and if you wanted a credit card, it's gonna be a terrible credit card, right? So, not too many advantages. I think most of us, in life started that way. I know my parents just didn't even know about it. So, now I do know about it, and I've heard a few people talk about it, but I think it's been not talked a lot about. So, it's something that can set up your children for life. So there's a lot of things you can do, starting them, giving them a great start to their life. You can, invest in them. You can give them savings accounts, IRAs, all those kind of things. And those things are great. And I think you should definitely do them. This is just another way to start their life off great. So the concept is you can add anyone as an authorized user to your credit cards. And what happens is, whatever happens on their credit card, it reflects on their credit history like it was them. So what you can do with your children is you could add them to a credit card, and I'll go over some ages and rules with some banks, but you can add them to your credit card. You can actually cut up that credit card, throw it in the garbage, never see it again, and you just do everything that you normally would in your life. Theoretically, and you definitely could at one point give it to your children so they could try to responsibly use, but they're children, so I think I'd just rather chop it all up, throw in the garbage, and just forget it happens until maybe they're in college or something. Then you can set limits to their account, part of their account on their authorized user. That can actually happen on some of the banks. But anyway, I digress. So let's get further into it. So one of the things that will help is on-time payments. So they'll have 18 years, 20 years, 22 years of on-time payments, credit utilization, whatever the utilization for the card that you're giving them. So, a lot of times say if you have a $10,000 credit limit, if you're constantly keeping a rotating balance of $1,000 there and you're only using 10% of the credit, that's great. Length of credit, so obviously it could be 18, 22 years, where other people their age at 18 or 22 or whatever age it is have 0 years of credit, while they have 20, 22, 18 years of credit. That's amazing. Even if you're starting them at 15 or so, it's still 5-6 years of credit at that age is a head start, even 1 or 2 head start. It's really a great tool. So what's going to help them with? Possibly getting a mortgage, maybe starting businesses, getting lines of credit for that, getting credit cards themselves. And definitely teach them financial responsibility, especially when it comes to credit cards and any type of credit. So just keep in mind, you're not giving them your entire credit history. You're just giving them this one card. Let's just say, if for an example, you have this credit card and a whole bunch of other credit cards that you have great credit, you have a mortgage, the mortgage is not going to count. The other credit cards are not going to count that you do not add them to. Your car payment will not be added to it. So just keep that in mind. That could be good or bad. This could be good for parents with good credit or bad credit. Good credit, you can just add whatever card you want. I'll give you some recommendations on how to pick the right card. But people with bad credit, now this is the one, they're like, I don't have good credit. Well, you just have to have one good credit account that you're gonna keep forever, and you're gonna make sure you keep that one good. If you can do that, you can do this, because again, it's only tied to that one credit card. And even if you don't have a huge limit, because maybe your credit's not great, anything will help. Lots of on-time payments will help keep the credit utilization good. Even if it's $1,000, if you just don't spend very much, $100 every month on it, make on-time payments. That's one way for a bad credit person, and again, it will still have that length of credit given to your children. So that's a great part. So I think it's something that you can do. Any parent can really do, but you do need to get a credit card for it. And one spot it will not help is really a credit mix. Again, you're not adding them to your whole credit portfolio. You can't really do this with mortgages or car payments and stuff like that. So, but you can do it with credit cards. But your credit mix will not be helped besides having a revolving line of credit with a credit card. So credit card companies, here are the rules. 13 years of age, you can start adding for American Express, Bank of America, there is none. Barclays, 13 years old. Capital One, none. Chase, none. Citi, none. Discover, 15. US Bank, 16. Wells Fargo, none. So you can actually start your credit right out of the womb with some of the credit cards with none that I've listed. So that's really, really powerful. So again, 18 years of credit. Great credit against other people their age that have none. Big advantage in life. Which accounts to add? So the accounts that I would add, for me, it would be probably a couple. A big line of credit. I want something that, my bigger lines of credit, I would definitely want to add that. I think I would definitely want something that I use frequently, so I'm constantly using, so I can make a lot of on-time payments with it. And then one that I'm going to keep forever, that keeper card. Because if you're doing all this work and then just get rid of the card, it won't really help as much. You want that length of credit for them. So length of credit, payments, and credit utilization. You can really help them. You can help start, without actually giving no money to your children, you can actually set them up to a great start in life for those reasons we were talking about before, like mortgages, interest rates on credit cards, interest lines on line of credit, starting a business, doing whatever they want. This is a great country. You can do pretty much whatever you want. You can start from nothing, but why not give your children the advantages that you can give them very easily, and anyone can do it. Bad credit, good credit, anyone can do it. I think I've showed you that before. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I have great content, and we're going to come out with even more content after this. So have a great day, and go ahead and add your children to your credit lines.